Westley Byrne. I'm 24 years old. I live in Observatory. I'm a freelance photographer and aspiring filmmaker. I'm at the TEDxTableMountain Fundraiser. I'm a single child. I grew up in Johannesburg, in Germiston, and I moved to Cape Town after high school for studies. I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd, so I like sci-fi films. Fiction. I like fiction. After high school, I went to go and study computer animation for 3 years, and then I really loved it. But I realized that I couldn't spend all my time in front of the computer from 9 to 5, and then get home and spend more time on the computer. Just needed to be outside and experience new environments and new people, and just being put in different situations. I like problem solving and different venues and events and stuff like that. Whereas animation is more, it's like more mental, but you just sit and work, and it's just not for me, And then after that, I got the opportunity to study film, so I went to study at after, and I finished last year. I guess it's just difficult to talk about personal issues, but I think for me the most difficult thing was probably growing up without a father, without a dad. I think that's kind of a difficult one, I think. I think I just went through stages of like anger and then like sadness, and then after a while you kind of, while you're growing up, you realize, oh, this is a situation you're in, and that I don't know. I think just got so much more respect for my mom, and just you start seeing it from a different perspective, and I think that and thinking about it in that way kind of like made me grow as a person. They actually got divorced when I was very young. My dad was a bit of a free soul, and he wanted to travel around and that kind of thing, and my mom wanted security. She wanted to know, we live here, you're going to school here, and that kind of thing. And my dad was just much more like, let's travel around, let's live, and I think I'm kind of like that now. Also, one of the reasons that I didn't see him very often was because he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and they were quite, family was very afraid of me kind of like seeing him in this like crazy, like I think they didn't quite understand what it meant and everything. They were just like, oh my god, mental illness, and gotta keep the kids safe and all this stuff. But later on in life, I realized that was just complete bogus, and he was a normal guy. He was a nice guy. He was very, very adventurous, and he liked, exploring and stuff like that. I don't see him anymore. He passed away recently. I think that's the actual sad part. That's when I got really angry, because I kind of reached the maturity and the age where I said, wait a minute, like I'm not gonna wait for him to kind of come and be like, hey, here I am and I'm your dad. I was gonna go to him and be like, listen, I actually understand, it's difficult and all of this. And when it reached the point of me actually telling myself, okay, I'm gonna go and knock on his door, and say, hi, here I am. And then in that kind of process of me deciding that, then he passed away. So that was like, I think that was probably the most difficult time in my life, was dealing with that. I don't actually know. Maybe just like, that here I am, it's because I don't know what he went through, kind of how he saw his relationship with me. I didn't know if he wanted to see me. I didn't know if he was too afraid, or so I really don't know. I would just say, hey, let's sit down, or let me take you fishing, and we can talk about this stuff, because I'm like grown up now. I'm an adult now, and I forgive you, and I kind of understand now all the bullshit that went on, and it's okay.